I mean, it's Taco Bell. I mean, they say that it's
In and
yeah,
out.
yeah. Hey everybody, this is Johnny Beane, live 5:07 p.m. June 12th. Remember that date? We're going to talk about that date. 2018, and Jay Hannon is in here. Hey man.
Hello, baby.
Cool shirt, man.
Thank you. It's been a while since I've worn it on the show. I figured I'd bust it back out, you know?
Mm-hmm. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, welcome. Hey, Jane B. Jane, great to see you. I've known Jane for a long time, internet friends. Great to see you jumping in on these live shows. Matthew Stewart is in here. John BL 5150. Ben, it's Coombs, right?
Maybe.
Quentin, is it Quentin? Quentin James is in here. Jeannie says is waving.
Hi.
Steve Anderson says poof. I almost wore that shirt today, you guys. John BL. I almost wore my poof shirt. It was this close. Caleb. Hey. Caleb. Oh, that's right. I want to talk about Caleb's gig the other night, too.
Mm-hmm.
Forgot to write that down.
Well, I don't have to.
Yeah. And Caleb, if you want to bounce in at any time, talk about your gig, you're welcome to. Just let me know. Shane Robinson, good to see you. Michael Bishop, Mark Taylor, Frank C. Good to see everybody. Bill Comporis, wow. I think we've seen you in a while. A lot of R2R3 is in here. Welcome, everybody.
Rolling Mob deep already, man. 3 minutes in. You kidding me? It'd be a good one.
I know. So hey, how was your weekend? I know it's Tuesday, but
weekend was good. Real quick, I went to the Byzantine show. Obviously, Lamb of God was headlining. They played with Behemoth from, I believe, Finland.
Mm-hmm.
Byzantine opened, and it was an awesome show. So here's my little backstage all access pass, bro. But awesome. It was cool. It was a lot of fun. Good seeing those guys. So yeah, it was a lot of good fun last night.
That's cool. Yeah. You said you drove back today, I guess.
Yeah, it's 3 hours from Little River to Raleigh, however you say it. Every time I say it, I ask how you say it, and I always get told something else. So 3 hours there yesterday. Got there just in time for sound check, and then hung out for a bit. They played. Then after the show was over, I haven't seen the Lamb of God guys since probably 2005 or 6. So I saw two of them. I saw Randy and Willie, the guitar, one of the guitar players, and then I went back to the hotel room with the Byzantine guys around 3 o'clock in the morning and went to bed, and then drove home around 11 a.m. today. So I'm a little sleepy, but that's all right. The show must go on, right? But it was fun. Yeah, I went live a couple times last night.
Yeah, I saw. I didn't catch them live. I don't know why. I have no memory of yesterday. What was I doing? I don't even know. I have no clue. But I was able to. I watched one of them. Literally like 20 minutes later, like when you had ended. That's when I saw them.
Yeah. So it was cool. Yeah, the first one I filmed was behind Matt, the drummer. Because I tried to at first, I went up there right before they started playing, to say, hey, good luck, guys, and all that stuff. And then I tried to get out to the front, but it was so packed in that place. And I was like, I'm not going to find a good spot. So I was like, screw it, I'll go back again. And then Jeannie texted me and said, you should go live and film it, So I was like, why didn't I think of that? I never think to do anything like that. So, I kind of grabbed my phone, hung out behind Matt, the drummer, tried to film some stuff. So, and the stage setup was so weird, because Lamb of God's drum kit was on a huge riser all the way in the back, And then Behemoth had a drum riser as well in front of Lamb of God's drum riser. So there was literally like this much room. It's like in front, center stage in the front. So OJ, the singer / rhythm guitar player, he had his board, his 2 wedges, and that was basically it, So they were like, well, drum set's got to go somewhere. So it was stage right was the drum kit. Then OJ, and then the bass player Sean, and then Brian, who was on the show, the lead guitar player. So it was like, and playing live, a lot of it's about eye contact. You know what I mean? Just like something about playing music with somebody. It's always great to be able to lock eyes, especially if you're like not sure going into a different part or somebody kind of loses it for a split second. Sometimes all it takes is a little bit of eye contact to get everybody back in.
Yeah, because believe it or not, when you're playing a show like that, you really can't hear anything. Even though you hear everything, you don't know, like, oh, the bass player's behind me. No clue.
Yeah,
A lot of people watch a lot of shows. People like scare each other.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was, and one of the songs they played last night, they had never played it live, and they only rehearsed it probably a handful of times together as a band. So, it was one of those ones where like, oh crap, but they pretty much nailed it. So it was pretty cool. It was a good time. They did a good job.
Cool.
So
that's cool. Okay, Caleb wants in. All right,
he wants in.
Good night, Jane. Good to see you. Danny Alexander, hello from Texas. Hey, welcome. Hey, John. Good to see you. Zach, awesome. And yeah, Nesdal, he's going to jump in at some point. He I think he was at Taco Bell, and then we're thinking he'll be in the room for like, half an hour.
He'll jump in to say, bleh!
Oh, Dave, if you're watching, don't go live from the room, please.
Yes, no, do it.
I mean, at this point, that would not surprise me. Hey, Michael B. Okay, more guitars. Good to see you. Okay, so Caleb wants to come in. We can talk about Caleb and his gig the other night. And I've got a bunch of stuff so many things to talk about. Let's see. Oh, great. My computer just started. That's
crap,
weird.
I just spilled coffee on my keyboard.
Oh, okay. How do I do this?
I'll be right back.
Okay, cool. Hey, Thomas. Welcome, everybody. Hey, leave a thumbs up if you're in the mood. Okay, I gotta let Caleb in here. Let's see if I can figure out how to do that.
All right.
Hey, Carlos.
Absolute Mayhem just joined. He officially joined the Ibanez Owners Club. What did you get, man? That's what I like to hear.
Is that Taco Bell?
No, it's just a homemade coffee in a Dunkin' Donuts. And look, it's all Dunkin'. See, usually it's like a well, no, I don't know. No, usually I have a Starbucks in a Dunkin'. I don't know what the hell this is. It's like a mixture of like 4 different things, and I'm serious.
Yeah, I've been doing the Taco Bell thing lately, which I swore off about 5 or 6 years ago. I used to eat there all the time, and then stopped. My doctor said, Johnny, stop eating there. Okay. So for like 5 or 6 years, nothing. And then all of a sudden, you wake up one morning feeling a little bit of a headache. Man, one of those tacos would really hit the spot, Next thing you know, you've had 20 of them, and it's been like 3 days, But also that naked chicken chalupa thing is back, and those things are pretty good.
Oh, that's what you got? Okay. Yeah, I haven't tried that yet.
I ate there yesterday.
Have you tried that, Jeannie? I don't know if you're still in the chat room or just watching, but yeah, I love Taco Bell, man.
Hey, Caleb.
Hey,
what's up, man? Whoa! Looks like 300 pounds.
I just went to Taco Bell with Nesdal.
Nerd Halen to Fat Halen.
Yes.
Herd Halen.
David Lee Sloth.
Yes, sir. So,
Bad.
awesome.
How was your show, man?
Oh, it was interesting, you know. I don't play live a lot, so it was very exciting, you know, to get up there and do that, you know. Playing Eruption alone on stage is very daunting. So I think I made it through it okay. There were a few flubs here and there. I didn't release those, so I kind of snipped it up a little, but you know.
Oh, is that why the clip was a half a second long? He cut out.
Yeah.
He cut out.
Shut up, Jay. Anyway, no, it was cool. You know, it was fun to play Panama, and you know what I noticed watching the video is I'm just so tall, and the guitar looks so small on me. So that'll never change. You know, I was thinking like maybe I could just get like a bigger body guitar, like the Kramer ad body. Maybe that would work. I don't know, but I don't know.
Or play 24 fret guitars.
I don't know.
Those look a little longer. Just
a little bit. I don't know if it would make a difference, but it was fun. I had a good time, and it was a nice little, you know, semi-launch of the Nerd Halen project. So, it was cool.
And for those that don't know, where did you play, and what was it? What was it about?
It was at the Whiskey A Go Go, the world famous Whiskey A Go Go on Sunset Strip, Hollywood, California, and it was this thing called Rock the Backpack, and it's like a charity event, and some good friends of mine were in the super group that were playing that night, and I was asked to join them and rock on that song and add a little Eruption. It was fun. 10-string. Oh my God, I can't even play a 7-string. But yeah.
Sully, dude, make it even better. Play like a micro, a 3/4 scale.
Oh, he's got a bow.
Hey!
Oh,
David, look out! There's somebody behind you.
A lot of people behind.
There's several people.
How was Taco Bell?
It was very tacolicious.
It always is.
It was wasn't terribly fattening this time around.
You look good. You look good, Dave.
Thank you. I feel good.
Good.
You guys have enough toilet paper for the next little while?
I'm hoping. I can't wait for that to happen.
You guys have
Caleb,
enough room in there.
You look very comfortable, Caleb. Are you laying down?
I am in the recliner.
I was just gonna say, are you okay? Because you look like you're in a hospital bed.
Oh no, but I better change it up. That's a thumbnail. I'll do this.
Cool. Yeah. So Dave, who's with you, man?
Hang on, let me just get the chat up here. I'll get this all working eventually.
Hey, Desiree.
Oh, hi.
Going in.
This is part of the view you don't want to see. Hi.
All righty. So this is Broken Chains. This is my friend Jimmy.
Jimmy Martin. How are
Hey,
you?
Jimmy?
Jimmy.
Yeah. Big fan.
Thank you.
I know. I know how it is.
Good to meet you.
That is the Broken Chains.
And
Yes.
the Broken Chains. Yes. Everyone's like, "You're Broken Chains." I can't believe it.
Yeah. And my buddy Andrea is in the back having his dinner. So
Yes.
he'll be up here. in a minute.
Another guitar player.
There he is.
Going on Taco Bell right here, man.
That's right.
Chalupa?
Hey.
It's
Yeah.
the New York accent, because it's very strong.
Yes, and there might be some F-bomb floating in the back because he,
We told
we
him,
don't let him. We don't usually let him come in.
Right.
Johnny, you got to get the 7-second delay going.
I'll get the David Lee Roth soundboard up and we'll just cover it.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, hey, Broken Chains, man. It's great to meet you. I don't know if we've met actually on here, but
No. But
good
now,
good to meet you, man.
I don't have a computer like Dave does, so I never tried any of this stuff on my phone. But I think a lot of you guys use just the phone to go live, right, on YouTube and stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I usually do. Not this time, but I usually do.
So I'm actually moving from Long Island to South Carolina.
Oh, look at that!
Yeah, June 25th, I'm out of here. So
good for you, man.
I just retired as a police officer. Did the job for 21 years. And
Wow.
my oldest boy is 13. So we wanted to start him in high school in a new state before he gets too old and then tells me, absolutely not, I'm not going to move. So everything is all set, you know. This is like one of my last meetings probably with Dave until I come back for the holidays.
Wow. Well, congratulations, man.
Thanks.
And he did bring one of the coolest guitars on the planet with him.
Yes, I had to bring it. I'll bring it out in a little bit to show
It's
you.
been on this show before. We'll have, we'll have to take a look at it in a few minutes.
I think
I know which one you're talking about.
All right.
Hey, I just want to say thank you for your service, and
thank you, man.
And I'm glad you made it through. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I appreciate it. I took the job. I graduated St. John's University in New York, and I took the test as a goof, believe it or not. My father was a banker, and he's like, oh, they're having a police test in Nassau County, which is the county that we live in, which is not New York City. It's the suburban, but there's over 1 million people here, right? Residents, Dave? So
well, now 999,999.
Yes. So I took the test just as a goof because I was a marketing major, and 50,000 people took the exam when I took it. And about a year later, I got the grade in the mail, and I was number 200 on the list. So I had to make a decision pretty fast, and I just went through all the steps, and the rest is history, you know? So it was a great job. I was a chip, like, you know, Ponch and John. I worked on a major highway, the Long Island Expressway, as a highway patrolman. And
right, even upping your chances of doom. That's
yeah, you know, you're talking about tractor trailers whizzing past you 70, 80 miles an hour, and you know, you're just a flea to them. So luckily they didn't buzz me because, you know, you hear these stories.
We won't be getting any more of these.
No, that's his jail card.
Damn it.
In New York, if you're friends with the police officer and they like you, they'll give you this little card. So if you get stopped and you show another officer the card, sometimes you will, you know, just get a warning. So,
well, there's a lot to do with that. You have to. It's all in your demeanor and the cop's demeanor.
How did you guys meet?
If you're like, but damn, I have one of these, or like, but damn, no, you don't.
Yeah. Yeah, I was told when I had mine that when you open your wallet, like you wait for the cop to come over, and when he's like looking in the car, ask for your license or registration. You open your wallet and you have your license right there, and then as you pull your license out, you either have the get out of jail free card right behind it, or just flap on the other side, like 1 and 1. That's what I was told. And
hopefully that's not where you keep your extra 20. You know, right in there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know,
what I have
unless you're in Mexico, it works down there. But
you give it with. I always tell everyone, give it with your license, and don't just show it like in your billfold, because I'm going to play dumb. So if you don't say anything, I'm going to pretend that I didn't see it. But if it's with your license and you speak up and say, "Oh, by the way, you know, my brother-in-law is Broken Chains," so you know, it's a lot easier for us.
Oh, so what you're saying is when the cop's walking over to your car, you don't hang your arm out the window with the card.
You pull back a stump.
And the way it is, you know, it's 2018. It's not the way it was when we were all kids. These people are really, they don't give you any respect anymore. They're all attorneys. Everyone has a phone out. You know, for the simplest violation, their phone is out. It's pointing at you. You have to try and be, you know, professional. And you know, it was tough, but it's not tough anymore because now I am free to play my guitar every day and make my silly little cover videos that you guys have probably seen of whatever band I could play because I can't shred like you guys, but it's a lot of fun, you know? So, but Dave and I met on Facebook, believe it or not.
I was gonna say, yeah, we met on the big road. We met on the big road, and I had to go like this.
Yeah,
on Tinder, I thought it was.
On some guitar group, I looked at his profile because I saw all these guitars, and I'm like, oh my God, he lives on Long Island. So I sent him a private message, and then we just started chatting. And I told him what I did for a living, and instead of him, you know, thinking I was some stalker or weirdo. He actually came by while I was on patrol, and we hung out, and then we became friends, you know, instantaneously.
Yeah,
right?
Pretty quick.
Yeah.
That is cool.
So,
not to mention that the Highway Patrol has the coolest police cars.
Yes, and those KISS boots we wear, the ones like up to our knees, like the soldiers. So that was why I went to that. You know.
I need those boots. Killer boots, man.
That's right.
Wow.
Awesome.
Man, so we just wasted about 20 minutes.
No, no such thing as wasted. No. Hey, remember when you were setting? You were setting Jimmy's guitar up and you dropped it? Oh, no, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking, Jimmy.
Listen, yeah, the headstock has a nick in it, and I was like, I hope I didn't do that. I know.
Put a hole right here that shouldn't be there. Oh.
The guitar was dressed.
It did have skin on it at one point.
It had skin, right? Yeah.
Anorexic.
Oh.
Man. So, Caleb.
Yes.
How was the whiskey? Was it the whiskey you played at?
Yeah, it was fun. We were just talking
How was
about
that? Well, I
was
guess
exciting.
I'll have to hit rewind.
It was exciting.
I'm like, damn, he just puts a band together and gets a gig at the whiskey.
No, it wasn't. It was I was joining like a group just for a song. So it was like an event, like a charity event, and they had like a bunch of guests, and I got called in by a friend. So he thought it'd be a good place to kind of introduce it. So
Caleb,
yeah,
we need you.
It was fun. It was like I told the guys, it was very, very daunting playing Eruption in live alone, so it's
yeah, I would have pooped.
You're doing it and you're like, just keep it going, keep it going, no dead air,
Yeah. Well, that guitar didn't sound good. What rig were you in?
I was going through one of the guys who was playing the whole evening there. It was a oh my God, it's give me some amp names. What's the one with the purple face? What is that?
Soldano?
No,
Crate?
Totally escaping me.
Buddha?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think it was a Buddha.
Mm-hmm.
And
Buddha before you went out on stage? Holy
no, I didn't. No, I don't do that anymore. So
it's okay. He's retired.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't do it any less.
Right. Only after Taco Bell. Or before, usually before. Yeah, it was a Buddha. Yes. And no, he dialed it in for me, gave me some delay and put like a little phase sound on it for the solo, and it was great. And then we did Panama, and that was good too. So it was fun.
How many songs did you play?
Just Eruption in Panama, and then I was off the stage, and they were on to something else. So,
well, that's cool.
It was just a quick little.
And that singer was really good. That sang Panama for you.
Yeah, that's Walter Eno. It was
Band, or he just was there for the gig.
He was in the super group they called themselves, and his name's Walter Eno, and he's the guitar player in Survivor, the touring guitar player in Survivor, and he does a lot of gigs. He's a you know, one of these working cats.
Rocky band.
That does a lot of stuff. He's a big part of the whiskey Ultimate Jam Night on Tuesday nights. They have an Ultimate Jam Night.
Yeah.
Where they have a lot of pros just coming in. It's you know, everyone's like on an email list, and they assign you a song, and you just show up and play. Like there's no rehearsal. So these guys show up and play the song, and everyone's such a pro cat that the songs sound amazing, even though they've never played with each other before. You know,
we have the same thing. We have the same thing here in New York City at a place called the Bitter End.
Yeah.
Richie Canada from Billy Joel's band, the sax player from Billy Joel's band, runs that, and it's the same thing. It's every song you would think that the band was together for a million years, and they just met. You know.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it was. You know, it was. I'm trying to get in on that soon. So this was a good way to kind of get my feet wet, and you know, got a good response. So we shall see.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Caleb.
Yes.
Or when it gets into song 3 and 4 of a Nerd Halen set.
Yes.
What do you got going on underneath your jacket there?
Thank you for asking, because that's exactly when the jacket comes off.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'll have like a short sleeve white shirt with the pocket protector.
Yes.
And the pens and the, you know.
And a tie, a thin tie.
I wore a bow tie the other night, so I think I might stick with the bow tie, but it's all
so it doesn't get, you know, in
yeah,
your way or something.
Yeah.
Just as long as the Clark Kent glasses never come off, that's all that matters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they won't. Or if they do, it'll be right towards the end when I open up the white shirt and it has a Superman logo on it.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta get the MP3 sample or something of Lewis doing from Revenge of the Nerds going the
Oh, no.
just as soon as that hits, first song kicks in, man.
We're VIPs.
Yeah, I don't want Revenge of the Nerds suing me.
Well, you're gonna have Van Halen suing you.
Oh, whatever, those guys. Who cares?
Was it tough to play with a long sleeve coat? Because if I do, I always pull up my sleeves.
I rolled up my sleeves.
Oh, you did roll them up.
That's how you roll?
Yeah, that's how I rolled. Yeah.
It always hits the body, and it's just difficult to play.
It's dangerous, yeah. In fact, it was funny. You know, they give you these wristbands so you can get all access there. And I put my right hand through the window, and she put it on my right hand, and I'm like, I get upstairs, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Oh no. You know, oh no. So I had to go. I went back down to the window and got her to put it on my left hand, and then I would go upstairs, and it's a little too tight.
This is worse.
But
Yeah,
I definitely didn't want it on this hand, you know, for this. It was just like, it would have messed me up. So, but it was okay. It was fun.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. Yeah, and you got to play that guitar, man. Was that your first gig with that guitar?
First live action with the new stainless steel 5150. Yes. Sounded great.
Not too shabby, man.
Sounded great. Wasn't even my rig. Sounded great. So, yes. Good
Caleb,
fun.
is that the same venue that Nuno plays? I see him play with a bunch of guys all the time on YouTube. Is it the same place that you played in?
He's played at the Ultimate Jam at the Whiskey. Yeah.
Yeah, he just did a whole bunch of songs with Kotzen.
Oh, yeah, and Vaughn.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, that place, there's action there every night. It's famous joint. So, Yeah.
You're part of the history, kid.
Oh yeah, my little tiny piece, but it was great. I had a good time.
Bigger piece than mine.
Yeah, well, come on out, Dave. Come on out.
We're comparing them, right? Oh, you guys talking about? Never mind.
Oh, what was he talking about? What kind of show is it?
History, not
Tacos.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah. Steve Anderson. Yeah, I think the place that you were talking about was Lucky Strike.
Oh yeah, that's the bowling alley at Hollywood and Highland. There's 3 jams in Hollywood now that are big. There's the Viper Room on Monday night. It's called the Sunset Jam. Then the Tuesday night at the Whiskey, which is the ultimate jam, and then there's the Lucky Strike on Wednesday. So it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. There's 3 jam nights in a row.
Wow.
And everyone sort of cross pollinates into those. So, yeah.
That's cool. Imagine being a drummer. Get to play with all those guys, you know. Thank you. Finally. What was I going to say? What else?
No, I'm derailed.
Well, if you guys want something else to talk about at some point,
yes.
I don't know if you guys knew this.
No.
But today is the anniversary of the Van Halen Oakland shows, like the 3 videos, Unchained, Hear About It Later, So This Is Love.
81.
Today's the anniversary of that show. June 12th.
Wow.
June 12th.
Wasn't it shot like on a few nights?
Yeah, I think yeah. Well, yeah, because there's that one scene in Unchained, right, where it goes to Eddie and he's playing the Frankenstein for like a split second, and then goes back to the circles. You guys remember that?
Yeah, but that could have been just from another song, right?
Could have been.
I don't like when that happens during live videos. I hate seeing like cuts from different nights, man. I don't.
Yeah, me too. I want a whole live stream from top to bottom, one show.
Yeah, like the US Festival, like the 3 songs that they put on the Showtime special. Remember back in the day, they used like what I'm sure Dave edited it, and it's like all the best shots. So nobody's playing what they're playing in the song. It's all from different parts of the show. Like every time Eddie's playing something, he's not where he should be on the neck, and he's so
he's soloing. Every time they show him, he's like it's during his solo. Yeah.
So it's very misleading.
Oh, you know who else was really like the kings of that were the Rolling Stones. You'll watch an MTV video of them during like any live shots, and Ronnie Wood and Keith Richards aren't even they're not even strumming. They're not even really strumming a guitar. They're just like moving around and the guitar's playing.
Well, the best is like the Start Me Up video where like Mick's not even on the vocal, like it's not even close. Like and the whole like there's a or something and he misses it, but then he tries to add it late. It's
Well, that's one thing that bugs me about like music videos, even. When you're watching a music video and like there's a drum fill and they just have the drummer playing a beat. And it's
or the beat is on the 2 and 4 and they're watching the drummer and it's on the 1 and 3.
Yeah.
Like what?
It's
all turned around.
I just always love that they didn't like, why not just plug a cord in and tape it to the strap? To have like an empty jack on a guitar in a music video was just the cardinal sin of all sins for me. It's like, at least make it look like you're plugged in. For an empty plug-in jack is just blasphemy. Anyway.
Well, I also don't like when it's a guitar solo and then they're showing the bass player for 5 seconds or the rhythm guitar player or the singer just like hanging out. It's like, show the guitars.
Yeah.
Do it.
And that's in several of those like Van Halen videos from back in the day. They show way too much of Michael, and you're going like, can you please show Ed? Like where, like that Hot for Teacher video from Donington.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, exactly.
They show Michael Anthony like the whole time, and they never go to Eddie, and you're like, what is going on? And it's almost like the director thinks that Michael Anthony is playing the lead, like he's that dumb.
Yeah,
like you're filming the wrong guy, you know, like
you're messing with the wrong guy.
You're messing with the wrong guy.
Yeah. Yeah, well, a lot of bands they like to have fun in some of those videos, especially the ones over in like Europe, like the lip syncing videos. They would have a lot of fun with that stuff because they knew they weren't actually they didn't really have to play. They're just lip syncing and especially if you watch some of the videos of like Sting and Stuart Copeland and the Police.
Yeah,
some of the ones that they would do. There's one that's really funny where Sting it was Andy Summers. He swings his guitar neck and he hits the mic and the mic like falls down and Sting just starts cracking up. And this is while they're lip syncing to a song. It's pretty good. I'll find it and link it to you guys so you can see it. But
one of my favorite videos screw ups of all time was probably Breaking the Law when that English police officer was playing that paper V that was back upside down or something, right? Remember that?
Yeah.
And he was strumming it, like all cockeyed and stuff. And why couldn't they just, give him a real guitar? They gave him a cardboard cutout, which to this day is just one of the funniest videos I've seen. And I think Halford's wearing like a priest outfit, right, or something? In the
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, the irony.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, in the early days of MTV and music videos, it was all about having fun. It wasn't super serious, and so that's why you saw a lot of like crazy stuff going on on the early days of MTV.
You got room. Yeah, you do. Just get in. You're close. Squeeze in. Hang on. I'll do this. You guys. Going like that.
How about the video of Paul McCartney running across the front of the stage, knocking over the mic stand, and Stevie Wonder grabbing it? You ever see that one?
No.
Oh yeah, look it up.
Oh, adding to the conspiracy rumors.
Yep. Like it was like second. Like he totally saw it, man.
What was it?
Oh gosh.
What was it? Lick It Up when the girls were supposed to be, what was it? The nuclear war happened or something?
Yeah.
They're drinking out of ketchup bottles and mustard bottles in the video.
Yeah, that is a gross video. If you watch some of the takes in that, like
Vinnie Vincent's wearing this bizarre high heels that he still wears today.
Well, Vinnie Vincent and bizarre in the same sentence makes sense.
It makes sense.
yeah, they even sped up his exit from the band.
But those videos, man, I thought they were the coolest thing ever back then.
Is he the only guy to be caught speeding up his solos on tape?
Oh, Dragon Force.
Okay, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, neither do I. I thought that was like a video.
Herman Lee, the guy from Dragon Force.
Yeah.
No, right?
Oh yeah, that's 80. Like,
yeah,
that's like early.
Sacrilege.
This is Andrea. He squeezed into our little teepee over here.
He did say teepee.
Yeah.
You have a nice ear, Andrea.
Thank you. I'll keep an ear out for you.
There it is. Okay, I'm getting some eyebrow there. Squeeze in.
You know, it's not like I smell.
Sit in Dave's
Like
lap.
Taco
Sit in
Bell,
Dave's-
probably.
I smell like Taco Bell.
Yeah, we do. We smell the taco go out. It's really good.
Feel sorry for Desiree.
That's the only smell one. She's in the bedroom. Yeah, she had it too.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody light a match in that house tonight, man. Like this.
That would be White Castle's.
Awesome.
So I got gifts.
Oh.
I got gifts, yeah.
Man.
Jimmy brought, no, not for you guys, for me. Jimmy brought me some gifts that I got to show you guys.
Sorry, Andrea, nothing for you.
Oh, good.
Thanks. Few magazines.
Nice.
That's cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
2009, the debut of the EVH Wolfgang. And 2009 EVH catalog, which is really cool. The guitar for the practicing musician with my guitar on the front cover, with Red Beach holding it.
Yeah, hold on, Johnny. I got to see that guitar.
You never seen this guitar?
Yeah, I have, but it looked cool when you had up the magazine with the guitar at the same time.
Oh yeah, it's even better with the magazine. Yeah.
I had the red one. The red one was my second electric guitar ever. The red one, just that year.
Awesome stuff, man.
And then probably the coolest part of this is, can anyone guess? Anyone?
Anyone?
Yeah, I know what that is.
Oh yeah.
That's cool. And it's in such great shape.
I'm not even sure what issue that's from. Do you remember it all, Dave?
Nope.
Oh, there he goes, Johnny. You got it,
I don't
right?
remember.
Johnny, you remember that what year or month that was? Or was
I never owned that one. No.
It could have been. I know Guitar for the Practicing came out with like a Van Halen only issue, and it was all Van Halen when they still were in business. So it might have came out of that, but I found it loose in my attic when I was cleaning out all my junk, before the move. So a bunch of builders wanted it, but Dave had to have it.
Yeah, Steve Anderson, April '87.
Oh wow.
Well, that side's cool.
Yeah, it's still in great shape too. So
looks incredible.
Shane Robinson said he used to have that poster. More Guitars had that poster.
I did too. I had it hanging in my room, and I will again.
Above your bed.
You can go back.
Steve Anderson, April '87.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Wow.
What else?
What else?
What else?
I don't know. I mean, like I said, today's the anniversary of that Oakland show. Anybody, if you guys want to talk about those videos, but you thought about them first time you saw them, the Live Unchained video from Oakland.
Well, nothing was cooler than that ever.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Especially back then.
Oh, when those.
The coolest thing was the Unchained guitar in that video, because it's probably the first time we all saw that and was like, "What? It's not red. What? I thought he had a red guitar. Thought it was a red one. What's the circles? What is that about? What is that? What?" I loved that guitar, and I thought it was blue, and it's not.
Yeah, it should have been called the Othello guitar. Remember that game Othello?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The dorks always played that.
That's what it reminded me of, Othello.
That's why I don't remember that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I remember the first time I saw that video. It was on Headbangers Ball, MTV. This would have been. You guys all know I got into Van Halen late. You know. So the first time I saw that video was actually in, I want to say 88 or 89 is when I saw it.
Mhm.
And I couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. I grabbed a tape recorder and an AC/DC cassette, you know, put tape over the top real quick and recorded the audio in front of the television. And so there's one AC/DC song off Back in Black. Every time I hear that song, I always hear it going right into Unchained because of that, because I listened to that tape
Everybody,
100 times the next day. Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah.
I just remember it was almost like they were
Cowboy.
trolling everyone with videos, you know, like they were saying, this is us live and we'll beat you live. You know, we don't even need a studio version of a song. We'll hammer you with our live stuff, you know, and very powerful.
Oh yeah, because they never made music videos.
No.
Back then, really. I mean, there was the promo ones from the Whiskey, from where you played the other night. You know,
Those were shot at Gazzari's, I thought.
Oh, were they?
Yeah, I think.
I heard it was the Whiskey, but
I could be wrong, but someone knows. Someone knows for sure.
Steve Anderson knows.
Steve Anderson, come on in.
But yeah, Van Halen, they never made a real music video, you know, until Pretty Woman. And then that video gets banned. You never see it.
Wasn't Loss of Control maybe their first one? But it was such like a weird fail that it probably turned them off to it.
I really don't know the history of that video. I just know I saw it. I got a VHS tape with a bunch of Van Halen, you know, footage on it. And that video was on there, but the quality was so bad.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything like, if you were to look up that video today, you know, it's in color and everything. The quality I grew up with, it was in black and white. It was all grainy. Couldn't see anything, you know.
Yeah, I think my first introduction to the Oakland stuff was on a
Oh, really?
On a what?
Now that's the
Yeah, present Caleb real quick.
I don't know if people see that.
that's the thumbnail right there.
Yeah, see, it's gone. It's not there.
Here it is.
Caleb.
While he's stuck in time, Rosen, Jim Nicholas was, remember the not the Gene Simmons, the Paul Stanley custom made ESP that supposedly he never picked up, and that when my brother was in a band back in high school, his guitar player. So I have a picture of it with me playing. I think I was like 13. So here's focus.
Wow.
Focus. Come on.
Yeah, please focus.
Is that Bruce Kulick's guitar, Jay?
Who's that?
The guitarist in Kiss, Bruce Kulick?
Maybe it was, but I thought when he told me about it, it was Paul Stanley. But it might have been. I mean,
yeah,
who knows?
That's like a 48th Street custom shop.
Yeah.
You
What's
know?
an ESP?
Yeah, ESP was on 48th Street in Manhattan.
Yeah.
The name of the shop was called 48th Street Custom. And
Wow, really?
That's where ESP, where you could build your custom ESP.
So maybe it was that. And look at the shirt, boys. See that? See that shirt?
Yeah, because I don't think Paul Stanley ever was endorsed by ESP. I know Bruce was, and that was his headstock, his everything, right? Even the inlays. Yeah.
Holy crap! So you've cracked the code.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's
It's
what
gotta
it
be
is.
Bruce's guitar.
That's awesome. Maybe he never picked it up. And look, I had no idea what the hell I was doing. I mean, that's probably the first time I touched a real guitar in my life. But I got the Monsters of Rock T-shirt on. That was when I bought it at JCPenney's or Sears or wherever the hell it was. It was completely black, and this was probably, you know, 3 years after I bought it, and I just wore it all the time. But it's a cool guitar, man.
Yeah, and who owns that now?
My brother's guitarist's name was Rob Mendato, and I honestly don't know whatever happened to him. I know probably about 10 years after this, maybe 13 years after this, his older brother passed away. And then after that, like, he moved away and nobody ever really heard from him ever since then. But, you know, but he was a great guitar player. I mean, they used to play like Mr. Big and stuff like that. And you know, obviously when I was 13, what the hell do I know? But I remember listening to tapes like years later of them, like the band practice stuff. And I was like, holy crap, you guys were good. So, but yeah, I wonder where that guitar is now, right?
Welcome back, Caleb. What were you trying to say?
Oh, no. I probably looked like North Korea hit us on the West Coast. My battery ran out. That's what you have when you have your laptop it's not plugged in and you can't see the battery or get a warning. It just dies. So that's what happened. No, I was saying the first time I ever saw those videos was on a show called Night Flight. Do you remember that show? Anybody remember?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
That was we got Night Flight before we got MTV in Southern California. So, yeah, we didn't get MTV in Los Angeles for maybe like a year after it came out or something. So that's all we had was like Friday night videos, you know. Or
Night Flight was cool. That was a cool show. It was on. Is it USA?
Yes.
USA. That was channel 17 where I lived at the time. 80. This would have been 83, 84, somewhere. Watching Night Flight. That was a cool show. It was a bunch of like, it was music videos. It was clips of stuff. I think they're back actually. Or I think they have a website and there's a whole
Facebook, Johnny.
Huh?
They're on Facebook. They have a
on Facebook. Yeah.
I see them pop up in my feed all the time. You know, the videos that we all saw.
Yeah, it's the actual like show from back in the day, right?
Yeah. We watched this. My parents were so cheap that I didn't get cable until I was like 14, I think. So we watched the UHF channel that you would dial up, and they had a show called U68 that we all watched, and they would play, you know, MTV videos at midnight. You know, I remember seeing. I think it was Black Sabbath "Disturbing the Priest" when the guy from Deep Purple joined the band, and let me tell you, that was very scary back then.
Anybody remember Metal Shop?
Yeah,
Metal Shop was another one.
That was a great show. That was like 12 o'clock at night. They used to come on.
The King Biscuit Flower Hour.
King Biscuit.
Yeah,
that's a California thing, isn't it?
I think it was nationwide because Howard Stern used to talk about it, and his first radio show in college. They named it something to make fun of that. I forgot what they called it, but it was something. It was like a play on those words. King Biscuit.
Actually, Pure James.
Remember that guy Bob Colburn? I think his name was.
Yeah,
that was a great show.
He was on Rockline. He did
Rockline
from KLOS here in Los Angeles. So
Rat played the entire first EP live on Rockline, and I had some program that I was able to rip the audio from Rockline, and I made, you know, a CD of it, and it was amazing. You know, when they got back with you know, it was Warren and Steven, I think they put out an album called Rat maybe 18 years ago. But they played the whole EP live on that show, Rockline. And they had a lot of live bands there. I think Tesla was on there, played live. And that guy was a good host too, but he retired as far as I know. Bob.
He's dead.
Yeah, he passed away.
Lung cancer.
Not that long ago. A year?
2 years ago. Like a year and a half ago. Lung cancer.
I was lucky enough to be able to call into Rockline probably 3 or 4 times over the years and got through. And so I got to, you know, at least talk to him for, you know, a second. You know.
Yeah.
That was a cool show.
I wonder if like because he had Van Halen for a few times, like with Dave and Eddie, like on, and I'd love to see if I never even really searched for those on YouTube. I wonder if they're out there.
I know I've got a cassette of Van Halen from I want to say Rockline like '84 sometime. I don't know if it's the full band though. I'll have to find that. I know Roth used to do like a lot of like radio shows just on his own. He actually hosted shows too. David Lee Roth. He did like a New Year's Eve something or other from like '84 or something, like hosting the entire show. I remember I had a cassette of that at one point.
Dave TV.
Remember cassettes?
Just say, what are those?
I had an 8-track cassette converter because my parents gave me their old hi-fi and it was an 8-track system. So I bought, I think it was Shout at the Devil at the flea market, and I had no way of playing it. So a buddy of mine lent me this converter that you put into the 8-track system, and it converted regular cassettes. And that's how I listened to half the stuff for years, you know? And like I said, my father was a banker, but they didn't seem to spend much money on their children, unfortunately.
What's going on?
And that's a bitch putting that in the lighter in the police car.
Yeah.
Is it true cops get the best weed or what?
I didn't really run into too much weed on the highway. I guess they had so much time to toss it. Plus, I worked at night; you couldn't see it. And I guess if I did find it, you know, I would bring it to whatever party I went to that weekend. So,
you know this is on the internet, right?
You know, he's kidding, and he is retired.
That's right. I think it's legal for you guys too, right? California, is it legal there?
Yeah.
Yes.
I was never a weed guy. I couldn't even smoke weed in college because I played football in college. So they tested us year round, and my whole college career was like a disaster because I couldn't smoke. I couldn't do nothing.
You can do steroids though.
No, they tested us for that too.
Sure they did.
Yeah, I wish.
But they told you, you know, they tell you, okay, we're going to be tested in like 3 weeks. So, you know.
Well, St. John's was a Catholic college, so they would just spring it on you.
Okay.
You know, I guess there were ways of passing, but I really didn't care because I wasn't doing anything.
Yeah.
Except drinking, like you know, the way everyone drinks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've never touched marijuana ever, and nobody believes me.
That's good.
Yeah, it's
no reason to start now.
Yeah, there is.
His geography, like it's impossible to not smoke.
Well, he's not from California. That's the thing. Everyone thinks Johnny Beane is from California. He's not.
But he's been there long enough. That's what I'm saying.
He's, well, I don't know. How long you been there?
I've been here, I don't know, 25 years.
That's long.
Which is way over half my life. I moved here when I was 3.
And we see Charlie Stinchcomb got an Axis.
Yes. Yeah. The it's in my notes. The Sterling AX40.
He's got notes. You have notes.
Yes.
Jeez, you'd think this was like a real show. Yeah, it's beautiful guitar. Charlie's guitar.
Right? It's got like is that just like the faded blue? That's what it looks like after a while?
It looks amazing. I don't know if that's production wise, if that's what the actual color was, or if it faded into that.
I think, yeah.
It's nice.
It's got
really
green
nice
in it. And,
I'm sorry. Ben Coombs wrote, I just like the smell and testy.
Okay.
Wait, did it say and or of? Just kidding.
Thanks for sharing, Ben.
Well, he's got one. So the other one, you know, where's the other one?
Oh, it didn't drop yet.
Oh man.
No, but yeah, I'm surrounded by pot everywhere I go here in Santa Cruz. You can't get away from it. You know, even before it was legal, it's everywhere. I mean, I go outside, I smell it. You know, so it's fine.
Anyhow. What else?
So is Charlie? I saw that he already sanded off the headstock.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So what is he waiting for? Just the Ernie Ball logo?
That's what I saw. Yeah, that's what I saw. Mm-hmm.
What did he get? One of those?
Why did he do that?
I think it's a Sterling or a sub. I think right. Oh. One of those.
Yeah, because Dave set mine up, and you thought it was a good guitar, right? The blind.
Yeah, it's a good guitar.
Oh, it's not even an Axis?
No.
Oh.
No, it's the Sterling, the AX40, which is one of the newer ones.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Did you pull up pictures, Johnny, by a chance?
I can. Carlos, Johnny, huh? I'm not from Canada. No.
Here's
never been there.
That's the body.
Oh, you got.
Yeah,
there we go.
That looks great.
Yeah.
You know, all he has to do is put a real Floyd on that, and that's like going to be. That's like a really really good guitar. I mean, it's a good guitar already, but with a real Floyd on it, that would be a really, really good guitar.
Yeah, well, Adam from FU-Tone posted that he was sending Charlie a Floyd that he had just built.
Oh, cool.
So it sounds like he just had one built from FU-Tone that he's gonna put on that guitar. That's what it sounds like to me.
Nice.
Is that Liquid Charlie you're talking about?
Yeah.
He has the same blind one that I own. And
Ben, was this the guitar you were talking about?
First of all, what is that doing on your phone?
It's on. Look, it's from Charlie's timeline. Somebody shared it with him or something. I was scrolling down his page. We gotta get him back on to talk about that and what is it doing?
Thumbnail.
Yeah. I'm trying to find the picture. Okay, here's Charlie holding, the guitar.
Yeah.
So there's the headstock. So
that
it was.
Guitar had a lot of balls.
Yeah. See. So. I'm trying to find a picture of him when he sanded it down to kind of show you.
Focus, Jay. Focus.
Yeah. Jeez, I feel like I'm doing.
There.
Wish I was. Yeah, I can't. I think he posted on like a Van Halen guitar page.
Which picture are you talking about? Because I saw them all.
He posted a picture of like a before and after of the headstock.
Yeah.
Are you sure it's the same guitar? Because he's got a blonde one as well.
Yeah,
no, it is.
Go back to that other guitar, Jake. What kind of nut was on that guitar?
Ask Ben.
Oh, that's good stuff.
How big is the whammy bar on that guitar? Okay, here it is.
You got it?
I got it.
All right, present yourself.
There we go.
Let's hope you can't focus now. Lake Flaccid.
All right, so here's Liquid Charlie's Instagram. Right there. So see, he sanded the headstock, and he's gonna put an Ernie Ball decal on there, right, Steve?
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And hey, Jared. Does Jared want to make any announcements or not?
Jared, you have something going on that we should all know about?
I don't know if he does or not. I don't know.
So that means yes, he does. He has something that he'll tell us about after the show.
Jared said that, Jay, I think Charlie had a separate neck. Okay.
I've got one neck but two chins. No, that doesn't work. Okay.
Rim shot?
Rim job?
Rim job?
For some reason, I knew it was coming. I was just waiting for somebody to say it.
Why? Why? At least we know that came out of your mouth.
Right on.
Or it's better out of it than in it.
Oh.
Oh,
Well, Ben Coombs is getting an FU tone pickup by the end of the week.
Awesome.
Cool.
I think, Ben, am I correct to assume you're putting it in your BC Rich? Am I right? So I watched the episode. Ben had Adam Reaver from FU Tone on his show this past Sunday.
yeah.
So I think they were talking about that guitar, and Adam mentioned that should be your test guitar. You know?
Adam took a picture of Phil Collins' Dracula, the Bella Jackson, I guess, show the other day, and took an amazing close-up shot of that guitar. That was played, I think.
The Lugosi guitar. Yeah,
yeah, right. Back in the Hysteria days, you know?
Yeah, and his daughter, I think, was also holding it.
Yeah.
Adam's daughter was holding it. And also the Crackle
Right,
guitar.
the Crackle. Yeah.
That's also from the other from Hysteria, and I think it had a Kaler on it back then, and got switched to a Floyd Rose.
Oh.
Just something that not everyone wants to know.
And the guy from Trickster was filling in prior shows. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's a friend of ours.
That's a pretty nice honor to be playing with Def Leppard.
Well, he's actually on their payroll.
Oh,
yeah.
So he just travels and waits for a slot? Like,
No, they call him up if they need him, and he's right in there.
This wasn't the first time that he's
he filled in for Vivian.
Yeah.
yeah.
He had said that he had to learn the parts real fast.
Yeah.
Like on the trip to get there, he learned all of Phil's parts.
Yeah, because they play a lot of, you listen to any Def Leppard record, especially those early ones, man. It's different stuff is being played.
Oh,
yeah.
I think Brad Gillis said he had to learn all of Randy Rhoads' parts in like less than 1 week, and then hit the road with Ozzy, which is incredible.
And I love Brad Gillis.
It's just
some guys just, they have it.
Yes. Back in 83 or 82, they on MTV they had like a Friday night concert. They would play a concert every Friday night, and I remember seeing the Ozzy concert, and it was Brad Gillis, and he had just gotten in that band, and he was amazing.
yeah, the fans loved him too. I think if Ozzy kept him, nobody would have complained, but he didn't want the gig.
Because Night Ranger was about to drop, so
right,
he wanted to hit.
And that's his band. That's his franchise.
Yeah. Right.
And he did a good job on that. Speak of the Devil on that live CD.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy really has a technique, that unique sound. How he plays.
He's one of those guys that you just know who it is when he's playing.
Yeah, when he is playing.
Yeah, I think Sustain is what I think of with Brad Gillis.
Sustain and tremolo
he's
arm
a
work.
huge whammy guy, where J.K. Lee never even used the bar.
Yes, sir.
What guitar are you playing? Oh, the Axis.
Yes, sir.
That's nice, man.
Beautiful neck. Beautiful neck.
Nice. Speaking of Jared, you want me to show the pictures? Jared's getting an Ernie Ball Axis, a natural one. Looks
awesome.
Really cool.
Oh, is that what you have to say? Is that what that was all about?
What?
What?
Huh? Wait a minute.
Yep.
I get so many messages. Jared, there we go. Yeah, look at this thing. Here's Jared's new guitar. Look at that. Look at that.
Beauty.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're gonna like that, dude. I think that'll be your number one.
You can kind of see the bird's eye in the back.
That almost looks half amber, half natural. Like that's a little more than natural. You know what I mean? Beautiful.
Yeah, there it is.
Beautiful.
Very cool. Yeah, when you get that, Jared, you're gonna have to come on and show that off. That's speaking of. Here's last time. Last time he was on. There he is.
Yep. Hey,
There you go.
never forget. Never forget.
Never gets old.
Oh, snap.
Johnny, my first amp, if anyone cares, was a GK 250 ML. Remember those little lunchbox?
Yeah, the little ones.
Yeah.
I had one too, 88.
And it weighed a lot. It had to weigh about 40 pounds, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But
heavy.
I really didn't know what the hell I was doing, so I was hoping to get that big distorted crunch out of it. But if you didn't have a pedal, the distortion wasn't great, but the clean was amazing, right?
Some of them, well, they had an interior trim pot that you could
turn it, right? You take the top off.
Yeah.
Years later, someone turned it on me, and it was like
brought it to life.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But all the guitars on Hysteria recorded through those amps?
On a Rockman, I think.
I thought it was the Gallien-Kruger. Actually.
No, it was a Rockman.
Then they use a rat pedal and EQ the crap out of it.
I don't know.
I think it's a Rockman.
I saw Gallien-Kruger. We'll have to somebody in the chat settle it.
I know on that tour they were using GK, but the record, the actual record, it was all Rockman. That's what Phil Collins said anyway.
That's incredible.
Well, Rush, didn't they record something with it? Alex was always in the magazine ad.
Yeah, the Distant Early Warning. Early Warning, is that the name of that?
He's wearing
record?
like that blazer and the white slip-on sneakers with that amp, if I remember correctly. Bizarre how I even would remember that.
What was that? That was 84, right? Or 85?
Yeah.
84, Gary Moore opened. I saw that show.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
I can't believe it. I remember that.
Yeah.
All I remember is the red Strat, the red sparkle Strat with the silver pick guard on it that Alex Lesson used, and it had a chrome Floyd Rose, and it was a big headstock, big red headstock. Loved that guitar. I was
What were the name of those? Those were custom made for that tour. You had a bunch of them. What were the names of them? Like it was like a baseball theme or something. There was some sort of baseball tie-in to the name of those guitars.
I don't know.
Gotta look that up.
What about the Lato brand? Remember Adrian and Dave played that on that Dio hearing aid thing? I've never seen anyone play a Lato before. Have you?
No.
And both guys played it for that video. Strange brand, I guess, right?
Strange looking guitars, those headstocks were.
Yeah.
They look like
horrible.
I'm blurry.
Good night, Bozique.
Good night, Bozique.
Good night.
My brother had a poster on the back of his door with, had Alex, Getty, and Neil on it. I'm on a first name basis with those guys, And it had that red Strat with the mirror pickguard. And at the time, I had that Mexican Stratocaster, and it was red with a black pickguard. And my brother was like, "Dude, you got to get a silver pickguard on your guitar." And I never did. Sold it. But it was an awesome looking guitar.
Uh-huh.
Yep. See you, Bazik.
Yeah, Getty was going Steinberger on that tour.
Yep.
Mm.
Did Neil have the tail yet? The rat tail or the
I think so.
Yeah, I think that was the one, right? Was that the Show Your Hands tour, or was that the album after
Grace
that?
Under Pressure.
Grace Under Pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy. A long time ago.
Yep.
Yep.
That's when Alex was dressing like Sonny Crockett.
Yep. Everybody was dressing like Sonny Crockett.
So was I.
Yeah, I was too.
Yep. Had white Capizios.
Yep.
And a greenish jacket.
Like a pastel green?
Pastel seafoam green.
Well, we're the same age, Dave, me and Dave. I never wore that stuff. So
that's because he was really a cop.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be one.
Right.
He was chasing guys that looked like that, dressed like that. Right?
I played one on TV, and he was.
Hey, who was the famous musician that was on Miami Vice a bunch of times? What?
Oh, a lot of them. But you're thinking Ted Nugent, maybe?
No.
Phil Collins?
You think
yes.
Phil Collins?
Phil Collins was on one episode, and
that's it. He was only on once.
Ted Nugent was on one episode.
Oh.
Glenn Fry, right? Wasn't
Glenn Fry was on an episode.
He wrote the song.
Power Station. Power Station. They were on.
Right. They did a cameo.
Where they were playing. Yeah.
That was a good show, man.
Really was. Well thought out. The Testarossa was really that was. I thought the Spider was cool, but the Testarossa was that was it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Everyone got their 5 o'clock shadow on. No one had to shave anymore. It was amazing.
Does anyone remember the band who played in Pee Wee Herman's? What was the first movie?
I'm sure Johnny
Big
knows.
Adventure. I think he was running through like a warehouse and or a Hollywood studio, and there was a metal band.
Sister.
It was Twisted, right?
Yep.
I thought it was, and then there was another movie. I think White Lion was playing in the back too. Maybe it couldn't have been Pee Wee, but I know Twisted was definitely in that.
Was it the first one or second one that was? I can't remember if it was Pee Wee's Big Adventure or Big Top Pee Wee.
Whichever the first one was, he ran through like the movie house. Yeah.
That was yeah. D. Snyder's on the hood of the car.
Right. Yeah.
Yep. You're gonna burn in hell. Din, 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 din. Oh, burn in hell. That song is great, man.
Well, I think the leader of the pack really did that band in, until their comeback. But after that, come out and play. You opened up the record and there was a manhole, and I think D came out of it or something, right, on the jacket. But they didn't sell.
Yeah.
That record was bombed big time.
I found the picture. Alex Lifeson's guitars were called Sportscasters.
Oh, that's cool. You have a photo of the show? Photo.
You see it?
No, I just see a big white headstock.
Almost.
No Floyd nut.
No, not on that one.
No, on that one.
Let's look it up.
Oh. the mute button. The expression said it all.
Time to put the guitar away.
Gotta get it.
Oh, there he goes.
Yeah.
Nice avatar, though, Caleb.
Yeah, it was.
That was
Say it.
Abada.
Yeah, you go. That's the one right there. Even though, well, actually, that doesn't have a Floyd on it. Thought it had a Floyd, but it doesn't. And it says Fender on the headstock.
Oh, wow.
It says Fender on the headstock, boys. It's not a Sportscaster.
Did he play Schecter's too at one time with the Fender
Schecter,
headstock?
Danielle killed her.
Right.
Dang.
Hey.
Well, let's see.
Eh.
I don't know anything about Rush, so this is all new to me. Oh.
Oh, here, I got it back. I got it back.
Got it back.
So that's the guitar?
That's
okay,
the guitar.
It has the mirrored pick guard.
Pick guard, a humbucker on the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
And it does say Fender on the headstock. That's the guitar that I love that guitar. I love it.
Blank Palette asked Dave, do you remember the guy, I think he was in a Wendy's rock commercial and jumped on the table playing lead? He worked at Sam Ash, maybe Westbury or Hempstead. He thought he was a rock star. Do you have any idea what Blank Palette's referring to, or who he's referring to?
What? Who? What? Do I remember the guy that was in the Wendy's rock commercial? No, I don't.
Well, there's that.
Sorry, but here's the same guitar, and it doesn't have a Floyd nut on it, but it certainly does have a Floyd Rose bridge on it.
What year was that commercial, Blank Palette?
That's crazy, right? No Floyd nut, but a Floyd bridge.
Power Windows. Ben says around the time Big Money was released. That's Power Windows.
Huh? Well, you Googled Sportscaster and you found it.
I did.
Maybe it says Sportscaster.
Oh, here it is.
Oh, Dave, wasn't there a band from Long Island? Not Mr. Some other band where the guy might have been in the Wendy's commercial. Finister or something? Sinister? Finister? Was that the
Sinister?
Name? Sinister?
I don't know.
Maybe Sinister was the band. I think I remember that Wendy's commercial.
When was it? What year was that commercial?
It had to have been when I was like in 10th grade, so maybe in the 80s, I'm guessing.
Worked in
you know the dude?
Sam Ash in Queens Boulevard, New York.
And what group was he in?
And what?
Was he in Sinister?
I think that's the band he might have been in, but I know who they're talking about because he did try to look like a rock star or something like that.
Oh, all right.
He had like awesome hair. He's like had the best looking hair. And you intimidated. Like if you played at Sam Ash and you see him pass by, you'd be like, all right, I'll just put this guitar down now. Is he going out? And you wouldn't play guitar. You would just like a guy would pass by, like you'd be like, oh yeah, never mind. Lower that down a little bit.
Wow.
Here's the guitar. Oh, this is it. This is exactly it.
What's funny, Johnny, I went into Sam Ash one time and they treated me like garbage. I went back about a month later in uniform with two of my buddies who are both guitar players, and they were motorcycle cops. And this guy, Mark's like, let's go to Sam Ash. I know the owner there, the manager, this guy, Johnny P. So I walk in there. I'm the same guy, but now I'm, dressed as a police officer, and this jerk off just bent over backwards for me. So the same guy that treated me terrible is now kissing my butt and everything else. But
did you say something to him?
No, I actually became good friends with the guy. And
did you say something to him afterwards? Like when you okay.
I pulled over one of the other guys and gave him a summons. And he's like, you're the guy that gave me the ticket. But this is when, after we became friends, he's like, I didn't want to tell you that day because, I didn't want to embarrass you. But when you're a kid and you go into, a music store, if you're not like a professional musician or, Van Halen, they used to treat you terrible back in the 80s. The employees, they all had the biggest attitudes and.
Even if your hair was messed up, they would be like, all right.
Oh yeah, if you had a crew cut, you're not a rocker, so go away, Yeah.
Now, if you got long hair,
they think you're like a
weirdo.
Yeah,
weirdo. And the guys are walking in there with like skinheads and tattoos on the side of their head. Yeah, he rocks. Let's go.
Yeah.
Well, nowadays they're trying to sell you everything and anything.
Yeah.
You know.
I've got an actual picture of Alex Lifeson's red Strat. If you want to put me on the thing again, like I got a real close up of it. That's it, right there.
Nice.
That is nice. You have any idea when that picture's from?
No, I don't. But it's got a Floyd Rose with no fine tuners on it and no Floyd nut.
Floyd Rose with no fine tuners, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It says AliExpress on here, Dave.
Well, I got it from your house.
Yeah.
Where'd you get it? Out of your closet? In my wife's closet. I just got to show this really quick. Jeannie just sent this up to me. Look who's watching Live Without a Net.
Little Ellie.
That's awesome.
Yep, staring at it, man. So, that's my girl.
Wow. So she watches that every day?
Not every day, but I mean, the second she hears "Hello, babe," and then the wherever she is in the house, she'll come running, you know, and just she'll do her little bop stuff. So she gets pumped. I'll have to film that for you guys one time. I'll send it to you. I'll put it on while she's like in the kitchen around the corner.
Jay, I think we're friends on Facebook now. So if you scroll down somewhere, my son Benjamin was on a swing set, and he knew all the words to "We're Not Gonna Take It," and he sang it while I was pushing him on the swing.
That's awesome.
Oh, it was
gotta
so
be proud, right? Gotta be proud.
And you know, he's 8 now, so he's still, you know, is a great kid, but he's not as brainwashed as he was when it comes to daddy's music. So he's starting to learn lyrics to these rap songs. My sons are, you know, 11 and 13. My oldest is 13.
Yeah.
So they're listening to this bizarre, I don't know, I guess it's rap, right, or something? Hip hop.
That's what you want to call it.
Yeah. But, you know, I have 32 guitars, and that one kid could care less. If I played Ingve note for note, which I never will in my entire lifetime, they would tell me to either get the hell out or turn it down, you know?
Now, were they into like your style of music until they kind of like started going to school and getting around other kids that were listening to other stuff?
Well, when
I'm afraid of.
I would, you know, watch them. My wife would work full time, and then on my days off, I would watch them and crank metal in the car all the time. And you know, they actually loved Bark at the Moon and Kiss. They liked Kiss because of the costumes. But then when they got older, that was it. They changed. I think the video games with whatever. YouTube too, you know, you put on YouTube, and if they're into Fortnite and they watch a Fortnite video on YouTube, there's always, you know, rap music in the background and stuff. There's no more rock. I mean, they loved the WWE, so like Triple H would come out to Motorhead. Yeah. And
you want to play the game?
Yeah, right. They loved that. They didn't know it was Motorhead. But you know, I hope they turn around. I'm sure they will, because
homeschool.
We all do, you know.
Ellie's not allowed to leave the house.
Yeah. I did like "We're Going Back to Cali" though. That was a cool song when we were.
Cool J.
Yeah. Yeah. But I don't think I bought the EP or anything.
Well, that's when that type of stuff was fun and cool, you know. But now it's like. A lot of the lyrical content too, a lot of the popular music. I'm not even just saying rap, but a lot of the popular music now. It's very there's no depth to it. There's nothing. It's all like trivial garbage, you know.
They say the N-word in like every lyric. I'm like, I can't believe this, you know. It's incredible. But that is what the youth of today is listening to in the Martin house. So that's why I'm at Dave's tonight. Can't take it anymore.
You're gonna be thinking we're not gonna take it.
Yeah. I showed him the video the other day, and he did laugh, but he knows some lyrics by word, and he's 8, and they're not rock songs.
Yeah.
So
It's tricky, man. I mean, my parents never like really tried to brainwash me with a certain, I don't even like saying that, but you know, I remember listening to the music that they listened to in the car and stuff. And I still like that stuff. I still like oldies. You know, my dad's a big 60s and 70s rock guy. You know, Pink Floyd, the Eagles, he loves that stuff. And I still listen to it too. And I kind of got into some rap it was probably the early to mid 90s, some stuff, but I was still rock, you know, for the most part. But I don't know. It's tough with kids, man. You get hanging around a bunch of other kids and there's a bunch of peer pressure. Oh, he likes heavy metal. He's a headbanger. And you're not cool, you know? So I get it.
yeah, especially when grunge came out. If you were into Poison or something, you were out. Nobody wanted to talk to you. But I still liked Poison and Nirvana, so it didn't bother me that much.
I got a 7-year-old, and I bought her a Fender Mini
Strat.
pink Strat Strat guitar, and I bought that for her, and I put it in my room where my man cave, and I'll play, and she'll hear me, and she'll come, Daddy, can I play my guitar? I'm like, okay, and I would give it to her, and I wouldn't pressure her to do anything because because my mother used to do that to me playing the piano. She's like, you gotta play the piano, gotta play the piano, gotta play the piano, and I hated the piano.
Yeah.
I went out and bought a drum set. I bought the biggest drum set and the loudest drum set, and I played so loud, and I said, wow, I really don't like this no more.
Yeah.
And then I went to a boarding school, and all of a sudden, I mean, and I'm like a kid, like in between, like, what should I play? And all of a sudden I hear like Black Sabbath in the far distance, people playing. And all of a sudden I see this band in a chapel, and they're playing Black Sabbath in a chapel. And I'm like, that's what I want to play. And that was it. I started playing guitar. My daughter's like that though. She'll play guitar. Don't push her.
I know. That's one thing I'm worried about. You know, it's like I'm already looking at those, 3/4 scale guitars. You know, the Ibanez Micros, the Fender Strat, 3/4, the Minis or whatever. But it's the same thing. It's like once you start, like you have to. I want you to do this, and next thing you know, they're doing something else. So, what do you got, Dave? What are you doing over there?
He's calling Scotty right now.
Oh, Scotty Baio.
Oh, there's a Comic-Con on Saturday.
Oh, really?
I'm going. Yeah, if you want to go. There's a Comic-Con in Long Island.
Playing with my Star Trek toys.
Oh, and you're going? You're going to the Comic-Con?
I bring my kids all the time. They're still into that, thank God. Action heroes and wrestlers. They love wrestling.
Oh, do you see the little Jimmy? You see that guy right there?
Oh, the Hulkster. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I think I have over 1,000 wrestling figures in my house because for each boy, I had to buy someone new. And then flea markets and garage sales and whatever I could find, they would get. But luckily, I didn't buy them at $29.99 a piece because if you go to Toys R Us, they're expensive.
Jimmy, tell Dave to shut up so we can hear it.
His little toy. But yeah, the Comic-Con is good. It's just like New York City's, except it's on Long Island.
Yeah.
And, it's always a fun day. You get all these people that dress up as, superheroes.
So now it actually works.
Star Wars people.
Yep.
Call Jimmy Martin.
Calling Jimmy Martin.
Oh my God, really?
Hello.
Oh my God. And you got 2 of them.
No, that's just a prop. This is the real deal.
It's just a prop.
Yeah. Playtime's over.
Well, Dave has been a very gracious host tonight, I must say. And his house.
I haven't done anything. All I've done is say, yeah, you guys want to come over? Okay.
Obviously, most of you guys see it in pictures, but when you see it in real life, it's amazing. All the guitars that he has.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I sent a picture to my wife of this domain, and my wife's reaction and text back was, "You're kidding, right?"
What guitar store are you at?
No, she knows that's what I want to do. I want to hang my guitars up.
Yeah, in the living room.
No, I have my man cave, but my man cave. Oh, there you go. My man cave is like an 8x10 closet.
So, have you guys been posing with all those guitars tonight?
Oh, we will. Before I leave, I'm not shy on Facebook, so I like to take guitar photos, and he's got plenty to take pictures of. So, as long as he lets me, I will.
Of course.
Yeah.
Strike
and then I have to get a goodbye photo because.
I thought for one split second, I thought you said you were going to say, and then a goodbye kiss. I'm like, wait.
With the guitars or with Dave?
Thank goodness not with me.
Oh, boy.
His dogs.
That's a little guy.
So, Jimmy, where in South Carolina are you moving?
I am moving to Fort Mill, which is about 20 minutes from Charlotte. And
okay, because Charlotte's about 2 to 2.5 from probably 2.5 from where I am.
Okay, yeah, we chose that place because my wife's sister lives there, and every time we go for Christmas or Thanksgiving, it's really beautiful. Houses are huge, well built.
Wait, Charlotte?
Yeah, Charlotte,
that's
North Carolina.
North Carolina. Okay,
right.
I was thinking
south, but Charlotte's in the north. So I can actually step on the dividing line at this amusement park called Carowinds.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. Charlotte's like 4.5 from me. I was thinking of Charleston, South Carolina.
Yeah.
I always confuse them.
I confuse them too. I went out on a cruise ship out of Charleston, I think, one time. It's right on, there's a port there and everything. But Charlotte is like the banking city of North Carolina, and it's a very nice city. So
that's where all the sports teams play and stuff.
Yeah, the Panthers, I think, are there, right? Yep. So I have to learn all this stuff. And I'm sure they're going to eat me up alive as soon as I start talking because I don't sound like a normal Southerner.
No, you'll be fine. There's a lot of, I'm about 20 to 25 minutes north of Myrtle Beach.
It's too late.
Okay.
People say the same thing to me. They're like, does everybody make fun of the way you talk? I'm like, no, because 99% of my neighbors are transplants as well.
Yeah. And you came from New York also, right?
Yes. Yep.
Upstate, I think. You said
about around Newburgh, that area.
Yeah, I used to go to the Newburgh Auto Auction.
Yes, yeah. I actually worked there for a couple of weeks until I went on lunch break. I was eating my peanut butter and jelly in my car, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to go back to work. Yeah, I'm not going back to work, and that was it. That was it.
Came with them.
Went to lunch one day and never came back.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Newburgh went downhill from what I was told.
Oh God, yeah.
Right?
With that stupid face.
Because it was like the slums when I was there, and it must be really bad now.
It depends on the area, but that's like any place. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. But we go to Montauk on Long Island all the time. So the traffic here is such a nightmare that it'll take you 3 hours sometimes. So for us to go down to Myrtle Beach from our new house to Myrtle, and if it's like a 3-hour trip, it's really like nothing because we're all so used to sitting in traffic.
Yeah, and when you're actually moving
further,
yeah, yeah, it's really to go. What is it? 20-mile ride? It could take you an hour, if not more.
More than that.
Yeah,
more than that.
It's a disaster. And everyone is pushy, and they have somewhere to go, and they'll cut you off and throw a water bottle at your car. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew somebody who used to keep his ashtray full of pennies, and he'd drive in New York City, and if he would fire pennies at the car. I'm like, wow, when are you gonna get yourself killed?
That'll dent the car,
Oh yeah, and that'll
get yourself killed.
Yeah.
Just chew wads of gum and throw that at them. It's it's not going to damage.
I actually keep iron studs in my leather jacket when I'm on my bike.
Well, yeah, but you have to because
they cut me in Manhattan. They cut me off. Somebody took me down like twice in Manhattan. So I started taking metal studs with me, and at 30 miles an hour, you let that thing go at 30 miles an hour. You got to see what they did to that windshield.
Yeah.
So we're vulnerable.
And the person behind it.
Yeah, that had nothing to do with it.
Really topical speaking here.
Man.
I feel no mercy.
No, you can't. What happened to Caleb?
Who's Caleb? I don't know. He had to leave.
Did he say goodbye?
He waved.
Yeah.
I know, it's been like half an hour. Wow.
Jet flying, limousine riding. Styling and profiling, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down.
Oh man, Clayton James, 1998 Hicks. Today's Telecaster Tuesday. You're right, man. Yes. Yeah, well, I've got mine. There it is.
Mm-hmm.
I was playing earlier.
What are you plugged into back there?
Into the the amp?
The amp, and then what you got on top of it?
What do you call it? What amp do I have, Dave? I can never.
It's a Fender DeVille.
Yeah, the DeVille, the 212.
But
the deluxe is the 112, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What are the things on top of it?
It's wire cutters.
Looks like a pod, the red Beane from Our Distance. Remember that thing?
Oh yeah, it does look like a pod.
Yeah,
I really do.
I have one of those, a Pod XT, I think. It's back in one of the bins.
The little red, the Beane.
Yeah.
The Beane.
The Johnny Beane.
It's the red Beane.
The XT.
It's a kidney.
And then the XT Live was the big floorboard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they went with now the Helix.
I still think that the Pod Pro rack is the best one out of all of them. That's my opinion.
I'll tell you something. Yesterday, Byzantine, both of them were using the Helix powered with their EVH.
Say that again.
Dude. Whatever profile or patch, especially Brian was using, it was a Mesa. What amp was it after? It was a Mesa, maybe a Mark IV or something like that. And the second he started playing, I was like, wow, that sounds really, really good. So the next question is, well, is it going to cut through when the whole band starts playing?
Yeah, because it's going through the house. That's why it's going to cut through because it's all in the house.
But it sounded really. It didn't sound like a, didn't sound digital. It sounded really, really good.
Yeah, I understand, but there you go.
Mm-hmm. Would it
I'm not
just a mic cab, Dave?
Well, everything. Yeah, it probably was a mic cab if it wasn't going direct. But
no, it wasn't going direct. It was going.
The stage, the air being pushed behind you from the cabinet is what's different. It's not the same. It's more. It doesn't hit you the same. It doesn't hit you hard.
And plus, they were using their EVH cabs, or their EVH 350 watters. They're putting them through there for the power. They're using the power amp. So you're getting the tube warmth as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay.
But I will tell you this: if they try to tell me that they want to use those for their next record, I'm going to put the kibosh on that real quick. Live is one thing, but I'm using real amps for the album. But anyway, go ahead, Johnny. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Some bands use the Line 6 stuff on stage, all direct, no amps on stage.
Well, that's how Larry does it.
So there's literally all you hear on stage is drums. There's like everything's in the ears.
Or the
Yep.
wedge, yeah. Yep.
You know?
Satchel does that with the atomic amplifier. That's the processor that I use. And the guy from Steel Panther does, you know, he goes right through the board with it, right? Yeah. So he doesn't have anything except this little atomic amplifier and I think a wah, and that's it. He sounds amazing, that guy, live, you know? But that's a good pedal for, I think it's $500 compared to the Helix, which is like $1,200.
Is it really that much? Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same as it's. I think it's just a little bit less expensive than the AX8 Axe Effects.
Wow.
Crazy. Oh, there goes
And Johnny's gone.
So how was your trip? Long drive for you?
No, I was on the phone with one of my buddies for the first 2 hours of yesterday's 3-hour trip. Next thing you know, I was like, dude, we've been on the phone for 2 hours and it feels like I've been driving for 20 minutes. This is great. So, but it was fun, man. A lot of fun. Good seeing those guys. I was talking about the show when we first went live, kind of get it out of the way, but it was a really, really good time. The band, all the bands played great, sounded great. You know, because I haven't seen when was the last time I saw the Byzantine guys in person? Probably a year. Last time I saw OJ, the singer. And then I think it was the last time I recorded them, which was 2016, I believe. The end of 2016 was the last time I saw the rest of the band. So it was good. Then I stayed with them at a hotel and stuff and then left in the morning.
Nice.
Afterwards. Yep.
Nice.
How about summer concerts? Are you planning on seeing any locally by you?
The only place really to see shows, well, there's two places. There's Myrtle Beach House of Blues, which is cool. Sometimes some good concerts come through. And then there's somewhere, what the heck is it called? My wife knows the name of it. It's somewhere in Myrtle Beach. Mark Slaughter came through over, when did he come through? Maybe earlier this year.
Hot Soy Roses, yeah.
Like, I don't know if everybody knows the band Fuel. They came through. Goo Goo Dolls, they came through. So I get some pretty cool bands, but it's not very often. You know?
Yeah, I would think that Charlotte, you know, which is the city that I'm moving near.
All the big shows go there.
Yeah, it's only 20 minutes away from my house, so that's cool.
Yeah, Metallica is going to be there, I believe, in January. January or February? One of the two. They're playing the PNC Bank Arena, I believe.
Okay.
And that's where the Carolina Hurricanes play, the hockey team.
That's
right.
Dedication.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in New York, we're so spoiled. I mean, you can just go into Manhattan.
Oh, anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and where I was, about half hour away from Poughkeepsie, there was the Civic Center. Is where I saw like Pantera a couple times. Candlebox, remember Candlebox?
Oh wow, yeah.
Slayer, a bunch of bands there, and then the Chance. I saw David Lee Roth at the Chance.
The Chance is like probably if you played the Chance, you'd be like, God, you know, you play the Chance. That's a great theater.
Yeah, that was a good place. Yep. Yeah, the Boathouse. That's the place in Myrtle Beach.
It's like a drink.
Water.
You know who I saw at the Chance? The Michael Schenker group.
How long ago was that?
When did we play that? Like right before Lynch, a few years ago.
Oh, well, on Long Island, it was George Lynch with Lynch Mob.
Yeah. Opened
up for MSG. I think it was whatever Gary Barton was in when he was with Schenker. Was that MSG?
Yeah. That's
because they had a few. Schenker's been in a whole bunch of different things. But anyway, I mean, I walked right up to the front of the stage and it was just incredible because it was a small bar atmosphere. You know, there's so many big bands that play in small bar atmospheres on Long Island that I mean, I saw Priest. I think a year ago, I walked right up to the stage. right in front of Halford.
Right in the confessional.
You know who played there also? UFO.
Yeah.
They played at the Chance, UFO.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I got it all backwards. The Hurricanes play in Raleigh, North Carolina. The Charlotte Checkers, their farm team, plays at PNC. That's what Ben Coombs, he just corrected me. And he lives in Canada.
Well,
that's why he would know.
He's a sports fan.
Yeah, and it's hockey, so it's Canada. So
hockey, eh?
Take off.
I was supposed to go on a Bermuda cruise, and a hurricane was going to hit. So the cruise line decided to go up to Canada instead. So you can either get your money back or go for it. So we went on a Canadian cruise, and it was one of the best cruises I ever went to. It was great. Yeah, because I never would have been to Canada otherwise. It was a good time.
That's cool.
You been there? Where? Canada?
Dave, you ever been outside?
Taco Bell.
I've only ever seen him with that backdrop. I've never, I would never recognize him out on the street, ever.
Yeah, he would come out at like 1 in the morning and visit me while I was on patrol.
That's because I'm a police car buff.
And it was great for me because I worked till 7 in the morning. So I, was killing time.
So I'd try to get pulled over.
Yeah, having a good friend.
Trying to get pulled over by the cops, by him.
Yeah.
Praying to God it was him.
Oh, I've done that before. Like I've noticed a friend of mine, and they have no idea it's me, and I would pull them over and, have a good time with it. People's mothers.
Sounds like you guys have a TV on in the background.
Yeah.
No,
that's Andrea.
It's a party. This
chatting.
Is party central over here.
Yeah.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Yeah, that's cool. So what are we? Well, it's 10 o'clock, I guess, where everybody else is.
Well, yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, Johnny, I want to thank you because I'm sure Dave must have told you that I was coming over, so you could have said, nah, maybe another time, but I appreciate you allowing me on the show.
He actually didn't answer me.
Oh, all right.
I texted him, he didn't answer it. I was like,
I had no, you told me.
If I ignore it, maybe
No, he told me, I don't know if it was today or yesterday or something.
Yes.
And no, friends of Dave, friends on, we're on Facebook,
Right. Yeah.
You guys are always welcome to go to Dave's house and jump on camera,
eat food and play his guitars without washing your hands.
Oh yeah. Yeah, make sure you eat the pizza and then pick up the Frankenstein. Dave loves that. Yeah.
Done.
She's dreaming.
No, she's trying to get comfortable. It's a little warm. Well, actually, it's cool in here for me. I feel like I'm in like Siberia, freezing.
Really? I'm sweating.
Oh, wow.
Me too.
You would hate to live in my house.
Well, if I wore my hoodie, I'd be fine. I'm wearing a t-shirt. Freezing.
Wait, Spanky says he has a question comment for Broken Chains.
Yes.
What do you got, Spanky? If you posted it already, I missed it, or we missed it.
I can't read because I'm wearing contacts, so I would need readers to even see the screen.
I'll read it.
No, he hasn't said it yet.
Yeah.
What's your favorite R Gang character? Is it Spanky? The rascal.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the question?
No.
That could be his real name.
I was going to say, well,
Actually, Alfalfa, we were talking about Othello before.
Uh-huh.
So in the movie It's a Wonderful Life, Alfalfa was in that movie. And his name was Othello also. It was the pool scene, if anyone
how do
cares.
you know all this?
Remember the pool scene, Johnny?
They don't do much.
Which one was Alfalfa?
Wasn't he the guy with the hair?
Yeah.
He had this thing.
So he's the guy who later in life, right?
What, did he kill himself?
No, he was killed.
Oh,
Really?
He got into like a bad, he got into the bad scene later on, and it wasn't even that long later. He was in his like 20s or 30s or something, and
oh wow, I'm gonna have to look up his biography.
yeah, oh yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
I think he was chasing the dragon.
But he was in It's a Wonderful Life. When the gym floor opens up.
He says,
I hate that movie.
Spanky says, I saw a pink and blue swirl guitar on Facebook with a banana headstock.
That is a parts guitar that I bought about 10 years ago from a guy in the United States. He sold me the body and neck on eBay, and I was so lazy that it sat unfinished for 10 straight years. I hooked up with a guy on Facebook named Roger Bowler who does paint swirls, and we became really close friends. And I was like, this is perfect. Let me send him the body and the neck. And actually, I didn't even send him the neck, but I sent him the body. It was nothing on it. He swirled it, sent it back to me, and then I had it, put together. So it's really cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, if you wanted a swirl, the guy does incredible swirls. Roger Bowler, Boler, right, Dave?
Yep.
On Facebook.
Roger's great.
Yeah.
His swirls are just wow.
And I never had a swirl. I always loved them. Like in a magazine, you'd see a swirl and be like, oh wow. And when you look at it in person, it's just an amazing guitar, and it was cheap. Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
So, with different colored pickups, I put a pink pickup in mine. Mm-hmm. And it looks like bubble gum, actually. I went with pink, light blue, and white, I think, or something like that.
Because I'm thinking about getting the third guitar in the line here. I'm thinking about getting this swirl. And I was talking with Craig Stavko, possibly having him swirl this bad boy.
You could do a white and black swirl on that.
Oh no! I'll show you what I.
He's gonna do the whole Vi thing.
Oh.
Yeah, big time.
You better put a green pickup back in it then.
Well, I'll probably buy a different Air Norton, a different color. Maybe yellow or pink or something like that. We'll see. Hold on one sec. Let me pull it up. Let's see.
As long as you don't pull it out. That's all that matters.
Something like this, or maybe a red one, green and red or something like that. But that's basically, isn't that pretty much the DNA, Dave, for the most part?
It's too much red for the DNA. I think the DNA had little bits of red in it. None of them really were all red.
Yeah, because I love the little pink in there too, man.
Yeah.
Well, all that is it's not pink actually. It's the red faded. In the water, it's just like a light red. So it's the red can look different colors in it.
Well, that's pink.
I think Spanky said that he saw my guitar and it was great looking. Yeah, I appreciate it. It's definitely a conversation piece when people come over. That and the bones they flock to immediately. They're like, "What is that?" Compared to just a Les Paul or a Strat.
Throwing one of Les Paul on a Strat.
They don't flock to that when they see the skeleton guitar.
They're like, "How long's that guitar been sitting there?"
Yeah.
Boing.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Uh-huh.
Well, all right then.
What kind of neck is on that guitar? Broken Chains. Spanky is asking.
What's that profile? It's not the banana. It's the short banana headstock.
It's.
Right.
I think it kind of looks like a Warmoth neck, but it's not. I think it's a Chinese neck, but Warmoth makes one with the smaller banana.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't cost me much, and this was 10 years ago, so I think I paid like $200 for the body and the neck, maybe a little more.
Wow.
And then I did nothing with it. I'm really into those like Nuno style guitars with no paint, you know. So I was
you
gonna
have a lot of natural guitars.
Yeah, I was gonna do something like that with it, but then the swirl just made sense. But Jay, I see a black guitar in the background. Is that an LTD that you have?
Yeah.
Because I have that exact same guitar. It's a relic or something, right?
Yeah, like the road worn Strat, I think is like
Yeah.
what
Yeah, I bought one. Somebody loaded it with 3 DiMarzios, and they put the ESP logo on the headstock, and it's one of my favorite guitars.
Did you swap out the Floyd?
Yeah. No, I still have the special on there, but I actually block all my Floyds, so I'm not a big bar guy. I have a few Ibanez's that I use the bar for. So if it's a non-bar song, I just always like the Floyd to be flush, and I don't really abuse them. So there was no reason to swap it out. You know, as long as it stays in tune, a special to me is fine. Everyone has that huge debate about the special and the real Floyd, but I don't use the bar, so, you know, what do I care, you know?
Yeah, because it is funny when I got that guitar, you know, I was reading up on it and I read basically the same thing, like change the pickups, and, you know, I read also change the Floyd, and the guitar's fine. So.
Yeah, I mean,
did you change the Floyd on it?
No, I didn't. I barely even. I changed the strings and pretty much haven't even touched it.
If you're a bedroom player, like sometimes it doesn't make sense to put in all of these parts if you're just going to play a couple of songs in your house anyway. You know, it's not like I'm going on stage and trying to impress 1,000 people. So if the guitar plays good and sounds good, stock, I usually leave them stock.
Mind over matter.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, even
don't mind, it don't matter.
Yeah.
Even some bedroom, you know, players, they like to tinker with guitars and rebuild them and.
Oh yeah, out of 32 guitars, I probably have 20 that are parts guitars, all different parts and tinkering that I've done. But a lot of them I bought like that, or I did it myself. But like that LTD, if those DiMarzios weren't in there, I would have just left it alone, you know, unless it sounded like complete garbage. But
I don't even know what it sounds like.
You know what guitar you have that I really like? You have a killer Ibanez RG550.
You've never.
Oh, well, I have the 550 20th anniversary.
Killer.
You know, the made in Japan one.
Yeah.
And then I have an RG 2610Z, which is, it came out for 2 years. It has one Seymour Duncan only. It's a 1 pickup RG, and it has the 0 edge tremolo on it.
Yeah.
That one you've seen too. Yeah, that thing's awesome.
But the hum single hum is my favorite one.
Yeah, you know, the RG, when that came out, I think Paul Gilbert put out a video promoting it, and it came in the 3 colors, right? Yellow, red, and black. And I went to Sam Ash, believe it or not, and didn't even know that the RG 550 came out because I wasn't following up on the times then. So when I went there, I saw one on the rack, and I looked at the headstock, you know, the back, made in Japan. The guy's like, nobody wants this. It's a pointy guitar. You can have it for $5.99. I'm like, wow, done. Brand new.
Yeah.
And, I think they were selling for like $1,200 or something. Back then, you know?
Oh, wow. Wow, that's a deal.
Yeah, all the guys that were, you know, they just weren't into hair metal. So those pointy guitars weren't selling. And this wasn't even that long ago. I guess the market here is different from the markets in other places. You know? What do you think about that? You know, metal.
I agree with you.
Yeah, like BC Rich, nobody would be caught dead buying a BC Rich.
I still wouldn't.
Like around here, I would buy them. I love BC Riches. I'd love to have a gunslinger with the reverse headstock and the one slanted pickup, like
CC DeVille?
CC or the guy from LA Guns always played that. Tracy. Right?
Yeah, Tracy Gunn.
But if that was in Guitar Center used, it would probably sit for a long time.
A long time.
Lounge, you know, because I think everyone wants the traditional Strat or the traditional Les Paul. If they got a lot of bread too, they're not going to buy a used, you know, 80s metal guitar unless you're in the market for it. Like I love them.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So are we good? I know you've got it. You guys have a party to start. So
a bathroom party.
Yeah,
it's in a circle, right? Party?
Yeah. The circle starts at the front door.
Yeah.
All right. So we're good. We're good. Yeah, it's been 2 hours.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. All right. Who's in here? Jay, great to see you, man.
Good seeing everybody.
All the time.
Yep.
Dave. And what? Broken Chains. And I'm sorry, what was your name?
Andrea.
Andrea. Good to meet you, man. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Thank you.
Thanks
for having me.
I'm glad I wasn't like Cindy Brady, just sitting there, you know, not saying anything.
Oh yeah. I remember that one. Or a football just comes out of nowhere, you know.
Yeah. Or what do they take a cane and they pull you off? You know?
Oh, yeah.
The Gong Show. Yeah.
Better to be a football than a football bash.
Yes. Look at this. We say goodbye. We say we're about to hang up, and the chat goes crazy.
Well, when
I'm coming. Here,
we'll feel good about it.
All right, Steve Anderson. See you 50 Fun 50 Friday. Yeah, we got to figure that out this Friday.
It's your birthday.
It's yeah. So I don't know. I think we'll do a show on Friday. I guess a birthday show. I guess. So join us for that.
Is it going to be a normal or a late?
I don't know. I'm not sure. We'll have to figure that out. But what? R2 R3? Good to see you. I can't even think now. See, look at this. I've got all these lights on me, and it's nice here, but I'm just like, you know, baking in the.
No, I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know.
Yeah. Let's see. Terry, good to see you. Absolute Mayhem. Citizen Kane. Steve Anderson. Michael B. Later. What else? I don't know. That's it. Maybe we'll see you guys Friday. We'll figure it out. Richard, good to see you. All right. Take care. See you guys. JohnnyBeane.tv.
Yeah.
Bye. Beh.